Alida Saleh, thank you very much for joining us on DXB today. Now, you're no stranger to the show. You've been a guest co-host before on the show, and I see a lot of titles under your name, but I will let you introduce yourself to our viewers and what you're doing here at COP.
First of all, thank you for having me on the show. It's really a pleasure. My name is Alida Saleh, and I am the Head of Sustainability for JLL for the Middle East and Africa regions. I'm also privileged to be the Senior Advisor for the Climate Champions team for the built environment, working very closely with Her Excellency Razan Al Mubarak.
Amazing. So tell us, what are you doing here at COP28 and what's on the agenda for you?
We're here to really bring about action. I think for us it's about profiling that there cannot be climate solutions without buildings being part of the solution. You know, 2.5 billion people are expected to be living in cities by 2050, and buildings are going to be around for many decades as we build them. So we need to really bring that as part of the climate solutions to make that really the heart of the decarbonization journey.
So for our viewers, could you explain a little bit more about the decarbonization journey and what that means for our viewers?
Absolutely. In simple words, it's about taking action today to mitigate the impacts of your carbon footprint in the future.
And if we fast forward to a world in 2050 in the UAE's net zero, what does this mean for people, for families?
I think it's a family that needs to understand that less is more.
Okay.
Where your behaviors have a direct impact on the environment. Every choice you make to go and take a plastic water bottle has a 500-year impact. One water bottle takes almost 500 years for a water bottle to decompose. And the implications of that is that every week, everybody consumes almost a credit card worth of microplastics because of the leachate that happens in the water from microplastics of the decomposition process. So we have to think about our health impacts too. So actions have a consequence on your health, has a consequence on your bottom line, has a consequences on your environment. So we really need to, each individual has to take action.
So Alida, tell us, what are the most significant things happening here at COP and what are you personally looking forward to?
I'm really looking forward to the Buildings Breakthrough. The Buildings Breakthrough is an initiative that's been undertaken by the high-level champions in order to get 27 different countries coming together to help decarbonize the built environment. It's going to start looking at how we have the right types of regulations, the metrics that we need, a profile for what decarbonization actually looks like for the built environment. So that's one. The second that I'm really looking forward to is the UAE Blueprint launch. Her Excellency Razan Al Mubarak has been very instrumental in accelerating ambition within the largest developers in the UAE region. And we are working together with them to see what does it take for them to launch their own decarbonization journey. And this is bringing some of the biggest developers talking with financial institutions about how do we mobilize capital? How do we ensure that the right legislations are in place? And what do they need in order to decarbonize? So those are moments that I'm really excited about.
That's very, very interesting. And I feel like that would impact people across the UAE,
Absolutely.
definitely. Well, Alida, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you again.